Hallo, alles zusammen. Wie geht es Ihnen? Hello everybody, how are you? Okay, heute studieren wir ein sehr wichtiges Thema, das heißt Nominativfall, Akkusativfall und Dativfall. Hello everybody, today we will study very important topic, that is nominative case, accusative case and dative case. Most of the students they asked me to make a video on this topic, so today it is very important topics. Listen to me very carefully. First of all, I'll teach you in English one thing. See, if I say John helps Henry, so John helps Henry. John is doing an action. So the one who does an action, we call him as subject. Help is the verb and Henry is the object. The one for whom action is done, we call him as object. So you find in English, first of all we use subject, then verb and then object. That is the sequence. And in Hindi, suppose you translate the same sentence into Hindi, how will you say? John Henry की सहायता करता है. So in Hindi, what do you find? First we use subject, then we use object, and then we use sahayata karta hai, that is the verb. So you have been speaking both of these languages for a very long time, but you never realize this basic difference between these two languages. Now we want to learn what is the system in German language. So Germans, they follow English pattern, not Hindi pattern. In German, to subjects they say Subjekt and verb is verb and object is Objekt. So in German, Subjekt, verb und Objekt. All right. Now you have come to know by now that in English, first of all we use subject, then we use verb, then we use object. That is the sequence. Okay. So any noun or pronoun coming before this verb is said to be used in the subjective case because of the subject. The subjective case is a name given to the position of a noun or a pronoun before the verb. Because before the verb there is a place of subject, so this subjective case is a name derived out of the subject. And if any noun or pronoun comes after verb, so after verb there is object. So because of this object, that noun or pronoun is said to be used or said to be called to be used in the objective case. So subjective case and objective case are just names of the position of a noun or a pronoun in a sentence. This subjective case can also be called as nominative case, and this objective case can also be called as accusative case. So somewhere some people they say nominative case and accusative case, so don't get confused, they are just other names of subjective case and objective case. Okay, but it is still not clear to us. Unless we do some examples, we will not be able to understand it clearly. So I'll give you some examples. For example, let us talk about noun. Noun is a name of a person, place, or thing. So, if we are talking about John or India or book, after verb, John will remain John, India will remain India, book will remain book. So, what after all I am making you understand? What is the conclusion out of this? Well, the conclusion is nouns, they remain same in both the cases, subjective case and objective case. Whether you write them before the verb or after the verb, they will not change. But that is the case of noun. Whether the same thing happens in case of pronoun or not, let us understand it. Let's talk about pronoun. So, pronouns are like I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, and you. You must have been thinking, why did I write you 2 times, 3 times? Because I am going to teach you German immediately after this. And in German language, we have got 3 words for you. So, although I am teaching you English, but keeping German in the back of my mind. Parallelly, I'll have to teach you German. That is why this background is, I'm giving you this background. So, if after verb, if you write I as I, so that will be a big mistake. What you are supposed to write? Me. But you will remain you. He will become him. She will become her. But it will remain it. We will become us. You will remain you. They will become them. And you will remain you. To understand it better, I will give you some examples. You see, here let's talk about noun. If I say John helps Henry. So you see, John is a noun, Henry is a noun, help is verb. One noun comes before the verb, another comes after the verb. So the noun which comes before the verb is said to be used in the subjective case. The one which comes after the verb is said to be used in the objective case. But suppose you want to say vice versa to what you have already said, you can say it without any problem. Henry helps John. Now you see, the noun which was after the verb is now before the verb, and the one which was before the verb is now after the verb. That means the one which was in the subjective case is now in the objective case, and the one which was in the objective case is now in the subjective case. So, John, it was in the subjective case, is now in the objective case. Henry, it was in the objective case, it is now in the subjective case. But though their cases have been changed, but they remain same. Henry remains Henry, John remains John. Why? Because that's what I taught you here. That nouns, they remain same in both the cases. But what about pronouns? Okay, I'll give you the example of pronoun. In case of pronouns, like if I say we help them, help is a verb, we is a pronoun, them is a pronoun. One pronoun comes before verb, so it is subjective case. One pronoun comes after verb, so it is objective case. And we help them. But if you want to say just opposite to what you have said, will you say it like this? Them help we. I know you will not say it like this. Why? Because this rule says that pronouns, they do change with the change of their cases. Like we will become us after the verb. So this is we and it will be us after the verb. And them, which is the objective case, if you write it before the verb, you will have to write it they. So it will be they. So now it is correct. They help us. So these changes you don't find in case of noun, but in case of pronoun you will find. So if one asks you what is the difference between we and us, or they or them, you will say we and us both are pronouns, but they are different in terms of cases. He will ask you, what do you mean by cases? So case has got three meanings. One meaning of case everybody knows, like issue. Suppose we say this case is pending in the court, so their case has got different meaning. The case has got another meaning, that is box, like briefcase, showcase. So their case means box. But case here means like the position of a noun or a pronoun before or after the verb. So subjective case, that means the position of a noun or pronoun before the verb, or objective case after the verb. So pronouns, they do change. So we and us, they are same, but they are different in their cases. They and them, that is the same thing. Okay, but you see there are two pronouns even in English, which remain same in both the cases. You see, you and it, they remain same, in both subjective and objective case. Like for example, you help them, or they help you. So you see, them becomes they, but you remains you even after the verb. That's what I told you here. In the same manner, it, like it rains here daily. So rains is a verb. This it is coming before the verb, so it is subjective case. But suppose I say I like it. So now like is a verb, this it is coming after the verb, so it is objective case. But even in the objective case, it remains it. Okay, so there are some exceptions in all the languages. So because of this, now you have understood well about the nominative case and the accusative case. Now we'll come to German language. You see, in German, nominative case is called as nominative. They don't write this extra e at the end. So nominative, and case is Fall. And accusative, they write it like accusative, they write it like this. So this, they won't write this extra e at the end. Accusative Fall. Nominative Fall, accusative Fall. That is case. I in German is called as ich. This is du. This is er. This is sie. This is es. Wir. And ihr. And this one will be z, and this one will be z, the formal one, where s is always capital. Now ich becomes mich, du becomes dich, er becomes ihen, sie remains sie, and s remains s. Wir becomes uns, ihr becomes euch, and sie remains sie, and z remains z, but here you will write this as capital. So ich becomes mich, du, dich, and like that. Let us do some examples to understand it better. For example, zum Beispiel, if I say I love you, so I is subject, you is object, so it is subjective case, it is objective case, love is verb. So subject, verb and object. So what is I? Ich. And love is lieben. Lieben means to love. So ich, en will be replaced by e if the subject is ich. Ich liebe. And then in English, you have learned that you remains you even in the objective case, but that's the case of English. When you come to German, you will follow German rules. So du becomes dish. If you are speaking to your friend, then you will be informal. So you won't write du, you will write dish. Why? Dish means you, du means you, because in English you remains you in both the cases, but here du is the subjective case, dish is the objective. So you will write objective case. Ich liebe dich. Or oder. If you want to say it in a very formal way, then you will say ich liebe, then formal sie will be sie. So ich liebe sie. Oder. Or if you want to say informal plural, like I love you, you are all my students. So in that case, then we will go with ihr. But then ihr becomes euch in the accusative case. So it will be like ich liebe euch. So dich, sie and euch, all these three words have got the same meaning in English, that is you, because in English you remains you. So when you go from one language to another, you will have to actually go with the system also. Most of the time what happens, students, they go from one language into another, but they don't actually change the software. They actually don't change the system, and that is why they get confused. So I hope this is clear to you. Nominative Fall und Accusative Fall. If it is clear to you, then in my next video I will teach you dative case. That is also very, very important. So if you have any problem, you please ask me. If not, then you can like it and share it, subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. Auf Wiedersehen.